Hello, and welcome to the second community update for the Joystream project. We committed to do these semi-regularly a while back. We had a first massive update, and I think it's time for another one. It's always hard to prioritize amongst actually building versus communicating what we're doing, but I think it's a good time to jump into things. So I'll be covering a smattering of different topics: community, technology, what we're building, what we're rolling out. And I guess just stay tuned and see how it goes. So, first item on the agenda is the imminent launch of the Sumer network, which I did cover in the prior update. So here this may even be out by the time this video is out, but here we're going to be updating the content directory. We're going to be launching Atlas Studio, which is a gigantic improvement to the experience of trying to publish content on Joystream, and we're going to be launching the operations working group. I think the last two there are the most interesting. So Atlas Studio is, as I said, the experience where you manage your channel, create a channel, add new videos. Currently, you have to do that through a command line interface. It's really difficult. So that's going to be a big change to the onboarding threshold for new content creators. The operations working group is a new on-chain working group that makes it possible for people to be paid over time for holding some role that's relevant to the community, like marketing or software engineering or anything where you don't have an on-chain privilege to do something specific, but you're just you have a commitment and the risk of getting slashed for doing something that's valuable to the community. So stay on the lookout for opportunities in that working group. I know there's at least one of the founding members who's going to go for being a developer lead, and I'm sure there are going to be other opportunities. Thought I would take you through sort of a minimal little demo here of what the studio experience is like. So you launch it through Atlas proper, and now there's a proper sort of onboarding path where you get to use your external signer that's outside of the native sort of browser page experience. You get to create and get free tokens, I believe, in this onboarding flow, so that you don't need to go into the Discord and ask for tokens and do all this sort of stuff. So it's way easier. I think I should probably speed this up a little bit. You can create a membership and set your avatar and do this sort of metadata exercise. You can set up the basic information on your channel, like your cover photo, and everything's sort of very easy to do, WYSIWYG experience. Then you can actually launch your videos in this really cool new multi-video publisher experience where you can actually manage the publication of multiple videos at the same time. Because we expect that people will be coming with their video portfolios from other sites, most likely YouTube, and this makes it really sort of effective. It makes it an effective experience to try to publish that content on Joystream for the first time. So I think this is going to be much better than the current hurdles that content creators have to jump through to publish on Joystream. So we're really excited to bring that out, and it's the result of a lot of phenomenal work from the design team and from the product team and everything. Okay, so that's Atlas Studio, which is coming as part of Sumer. Another interesting since the initial launch with the initial 5 that we had. So this is Lopegor and Cheomsk. These are individuals who've made a fantastic effort to sort of create and shepherd our Russian-speaking community. Both of them have, created content and helped out with managing and explaining to people, bridging the sort of language barrier that we actually weren't as aware of as being as big of a factor that it turned out to be. So congratulations to them. They're now among our elite group of founding members. We have a bunch of people knocking on the door, people getting high scores through a variety of different means. Some people do it through, I guess I'm covering it up there, through referrals. Some people do it through content creation. Some people do it through, running infrastructure. So there are a lot of ways to roam, but yeah, we probably have some new founding members that are about to be inducted soon. Another interesting addition, which I think is going to be worth highlighting more and more, is some of the creators that are starting to join the platform. So I just want to emphasize one amazing gentleman. I'm not sure if his name is actually Max Stuck, but that's his channel name anyway. He's a Russian-speaking travel vlogger, I guess. Has a huge following on TikTok and has, by some miracle, been able to upload 60 channels through our command line interface, 60 videos through our command line interface. He has a bunch of great content, which is probably even better if you're actually able to understand Russian. So go and check him out, and I'm sure we'll have more great creators that we can feature in future updates now that we will be making the experience to publish content quite a bit easier. Then we have the fact that we are working towards becoming a parachain. So what is a parachain? For those of you who are not that familiar with the Polkadot ecosystem, parachains are sort of standalone application-specific chains that do a specific thing, like, for example, Joystream, but is connected to the overall Polkadot parent chain and gets both interoperability and security from that sort of parent chain. So interoperability means we will be able to move Joy and all the user assets. We haven't talked about them, but there will be user assets for content creators on Joystream. But those will be able to flow into the rest of the Polkadot DeFi ecosystem. And that's something that interoperability gives us. Shared security simply means that we get the benefit of getting as much security as there exists in the overall Polkadot validator set and ecosystem, not just from our own validator set. So these are some pretty big benefits, and we are working towards connecting to Joystream to the Rococo test network, which is like a test network for being a parachain once the real thing rolls out. And that's progressing nicely. I think within a few days or so, the reviews for that should be done, and we will hopefully be able to route Joy over the Rococo network in, not that long into the future. So that's exciting. We have progress on the V2 storage system moving forward very nicely. So the goal here is really to improve the storage system to become much more scalable and much more able to accommodate the different policies we need. So the key things we're achieving in the new storage system is you separate the people who are storing and archiving data from the people who are distributing it to end users. Today that's combined into one role. We will be sort of sharding the overall data set so that everyone doesn't store or distribute the entire content directory. Currently we're doing that because it's been so small and it's just the easiest way to get started. But we expect, even in the Sumer release, that could become a problem if we get more content than that system, frankly, was designed to handle. And the V2 system will ultimately allow us to deal with that properly. And the last goal there is to actually be able to express detailed rules about different people having responsibility to serve content to different geographic locations so that users get really low latency data when they try to play a video. They don't get buffering or they don't get delays. So that's coming along nicely in the Vue 2 storage system. I believe we have a full implementation of it already on the runtime side. We have the nodes that we need to write. That's in the early stages, but it's progressing very nicely. We also have gotten started on our gateway system. So I don't think I've really spoken about this at any length, and I think I'll keep it brief here, but this is really a great way of being able to onboard all of the people in Web 2 without requiring them to have a token or without requiring them to interact with complex technical sort of barriers to entry that typically you see a lot of blockchain products require, but still making it economically sustainable for the system overall to service them. So gateways are these new roles that will sort of own and monetize end users. So they'll typically be associated with an app in an app store or a website or a smart TV app or something like that. And they get to, in effect, pay for the resource usage of the consumers that are associated with that app on behalf of them. So the amount of bandwidth they use and for the content that they access and this sort of stuff. And then they get to monetize those users using some local policy. So maybe they use ads, maybe they take payment in some local payment system. So it just basically allows this flexibility where only the people who are sort of holding some role inside of the Joystream DAO, making it work, need to actually deal with the core blockchain token and all the issues surrounding acquiring and storing and managing and staking it properly. Because the fact of the matter is, while Web3 is going to come, it's not going to come tomorrow. So you need some way to bridge the gap to get there. And the gateway system is our way of doing it. And I think it's a really unique and distinguishing part of our system. Actually, I haven't seen this in any other system. So that's the gateway system. The implementation has gotten started, and it's still early stages, as you can see there. But we have gotten started. And the last piece of I guess it's minor news, but I think it's pretty important, much more so than I appreciated originally, is that we have prepared our web presence to be internationalizable, so you can have it in different languages. I think obviously Russian is probably the most important language that we need to get support for, but we'll be opening this up, so there will be bounties to have people translate our website for their local language. And that way we'll reach more people, and we'll get people some interesting ways of getting involved with the DAO. So that's great, I think. And I think that's it for this update. So that was fast, but I think that's it. Thank you. And see you soon for the next update. Hopefully not that long, but take care. Bye.